Ibrahim Oloyede. 4 rounds of boxing. Four rounds of boxing, ladies and gentlemen. Seconds out. Seconds out. Round one.
Here we go again. Match number 5, bout number 5, right here at the battle, the battle of the kings, right here. We call it the King of the Ring Season 2. This is expected to be quite explosive. Some very, very ferocious, fast punches being exchanged by these two boxers who are almost sporting. In fact, they are sporting the same colors of their trunks, just different shades of the green right here. And it promises to be exciting. National lightweight challenge right here. And Elisha the Viper Obizulike up against Ibrahim Oloyede. Both of them green and white trunks. The man with the darker green trunks is Obizulike. And of course, Oloyede is the one with the lighter shade of green. Actually, it's red, so it's red and white for Oloyede, while his opponent is sporting green.
Another debutant in this second edition of the King of the Ring. So probably we see amateur boxers trying to get to the professional level, different approach, different style, different attitude, but they're showing that they have what it takes to be on the professional card.
Absolutely, and like we said earlier, you will most likely be seeing some situations where these boxers will exhibit, some. And Obizulike looks like he caught Oloyede right there, but Oloyede is able to get himself out of it. Of course, Obizulike looks to be the bigger boxer with the bigger reach as well. You'll expect him to make full use of this, but Oloyede is not having any of it, even though you can see the greater disparity in the height. Obizulike towering above his opponent. But then, of course, when you think about the likes of Iron Mike Tyson, I cannot remember any of Tyson's opponent being shorter than Tyson.
But the difference is that Tyson is a brawler, he's a fighter. He has the energy, he can come close to your body, and of course, body shots, he will not let you stand at all. But this man, I don't think, he's still learning the ropes in boxing, but I think this time around the height advantage is going to make a difference.
Yes, absolutely, and the reach as well. But Obizulike has his work cut out because he's got a man who can be a brawler as well in Taiwo Oloyede. And that's the end of the first round. And Oloyede trying to tell us that size may not necessarily matter. There's a saying that goes by, it is not the size of the fighter, or it's not the size of the dog, but it's the fight in the dog.
Yeah.
So could it be that case for Oloyede, who is obviously the smaller and the shorter of the fighters here?
I think the problem now is that the other man is the better fighter and he has the height advantage. I think that's all the advantages goes in favor of Oloyede, the man in the red corner, or rather in the blue corner. I think the problem is this man don't really seem to have a chance in the fight, if you ask me, unless he comes up with some body shots.
Round 2.
Still early days though. And Oloyede comes to the center of the ring in his green trunks up against Obizulike in the red and white trunks. And Obizulike tries to get those punches in, but Obizulike himself is not always so confident going forward because he's so cautious of getting caught himself as well. So that's where the real problem is right here.
I think he has no fear at all because he has a longer reach. So he needs just to take advantage of it, that's all. He has more power punches. He has a longer reach. He looks like the better boxer to me. It's just that he's not very, very calculative. I think he's just lucky to be fighting with this man. If he meets a fighter of his own, maybe height, and has the same quality as he is, I don't think he might find it very, very easy.
Okay, so second round, fifth bout of the night, 5 more to come right here at the King of the Ring Season 2, brought to you by Monarch Events and Promotions in collaboration with the Nigeria Boxing Board of Control, and it's taking place right here at the Sports Hall of the Eco Club in Surulere, Lagos. Sports City, they call it. And the referee there handing out some warnings to Obizulike, talking about referee Sheyi George.
Elisha now. Some great right hand that time. Well, Oloyede trying to stoop to conquer, but the referee's not taking any of that. It needs to be fair and square according to the rules. 5th fight of the night. King of the Rings, Monarch Promotions. Still have 5 fights to go in this one. But Elisha, some border shots, right hand. Too much stop and start in this particular fight because the height disparity seems to be a problem in this fight. So too much clinching as you see the end of the second round. It's not been a straightforward fight because the disparity in the height is a major problem in this particular fight.
Oh, well, we necessarily haven't seen so much of undue advantage on the part of Obizulike. I haven't seen him, take full advantage of it, like you said earlier. So for now, that man, Taiwo Oloyede, is still in the fight. And that's what boxing is all about. That's the exciting thing about boxing. Because when you leave things in there, when you leave fights there, when you're supposed to close out fights, you stand the risk of, having the fight being turned around against you. And it could just happen there. It's all about energy levels. And if if the man with the advantage does not make use of his advantage, then that's what it comes down to. This is the 3rd of the 4th round, penultimate round of this bout. And let's see whether Oloyede has some surprises he can spring for us. If Obizulike still using his Obizulike still using his reach, but you can see there's so much of barrage of punches, but they're not really landing, unlike what we saw 2 bouts earlier, where the punches were very accurate and they were releasing them at the time they needed to be released. The judges are going to have a hard time, really scoring this one.
I probably don't think so. I think the problem is the man's punches are not clean. They're not clean. They're not really on the target.
And that's the reason why I said the judges will find it difficult, because at the end of the day, there are not going to be so many punches that you can score on your cards because they're not landing clean. You're throwing punches, most of which are coming to the side of the arm. Those are not punches that are landed.
Well, I think they need to be more schooled because, of course, coming out from the amateurs, making a debut in a professional bout like this at the 2nd edition of the King of the Rings. But what future lies ahead of them? But they need to take advantage of such opportunities to take their game to the next level. Of course, courtesy of Monarch Promotions and Events, bringing to you professional boxing at its finest right here in the city of Lagos. Echo Club, precisely. And this man, Oloyede, still has something up his sleeves, still saying, I can stay in this fight and I can come up with something, at least in the final round.
And that's exactly the problem. He's not so much of a very intelligent boxer. If I were Oloyede, I would be going for body punches because of my height level. When I get the body punches in, I know Obizulike will drop his guards. And Obizulike is just about intelligent enough to ensure that he keeps Oloyede at bay because, like you said, the height disparity and the reach disparity is right in there.
Well, all of a sudden, it's now Oloyede fighting back. The man is showing too that he can also be on the offensive. Well, time ticking away in the 3rd round. I think this man needs to be schooled in terms of approaching a boxer. You have better height advantage over. I mean, it's not making any difference at all. He's fighting as if it's a street fight. You have a longer reach. He's not landing punches to the head. He's throwing wild punches. I don't know why.
And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. The fact that Obizulike is not making his advantage count in this bout. And if he were to be doing the right things, Oloyede would be in trouble right now. He'll be chasing the fight, but he's not looking like he's chasing the fight. But for one or two, punches that Obizulike was able to land, Oloyede is still giving him a whole lot of trouble right here. But then, of course, there's one more round for both boxers to redeem themselves.
Seconds out, round for the final round.
And if you're just joining us, the fifth bout of the night, King of the Ring Season 2, reaching you from the sports hall of Eko Club in Surulere, Lagos. And it's between Elisha the Viper Obizulike, sporting the red and white trunks, and of course his opponent Taiwo Oloyede, who is sporting Ibrahim Oloyede, who is sporting the green and white trunks among the two boxers. Any surprise coming up in this one? We will find out in just over 2 minutes left. Oloyede scoring a nice left jab right there, and I am surprised that both boxers have not really tried to work on body punches, try to wear down their opponents, and well, they're debutants, so sometimes this is expected.
Well, maybe that's what Oloyede would have been doing. He has an advantage in terms of height. He should be the one coming in close to the body. He should be the one looking for the body shots. He should be the one turning this to a street brawl. I mean, try to wind down. Oh, now straight jabs coming from Elisha.
And I wasn't too particularly impressed with Elisha there. I mean, you score a big right jab. I was expecting him to follow up.
I was going to say that exactly.
And
No
you're
combination.
leaning on your boxer. You're trying to say, I'm not the one clinching. That shouldn't be your business at that point in time. You just got a punch that's actually rocked your opponent a bit. You should be following it up. And it's not been so calculating and, of course, intelligent about his boxing so far.
I think he needs to add some finesse to his fighting style. His coaches still have a lot of work to do on this man to give him a great future in boxing. Oh! I didn't see that one coming. Great right hand that time from Oloyede.
Absolutely.
Still trying to stay in the match as much as possible because I think probably he knows he might be down in terms of points, but not any fault of his. His height, yet again.
You have to give him kudos. I mean, you're fighting somebody who's bigger than you, who's got a longer reach as well, but you are staying in there and you are being a pit bull. That can be frustrating for your opponent, and he could see him drop his guard. You could, whether we like it or not, get in a sucker punch. And you see him there. Look at Obizulike. He gets his opponent in the place where he wants him, but doesn't land the clean punches to take him out.
Too many rough edges in the fighting style of Obizulike. He has the power, he has the longer reach, but he needs to land the punches on target. He needs to be clean in his punches to make the judges count for him. And if he can win by technical knockout, then you need all your points to count.
Once again, and there you have it. That's the last round of this bout. Obizulike may have just done enough, but to be honest, it hasn't been an impressive display from a man who in the ring tonight has the advantage in all fronts. I mean, talking about height, talking about size, talking about reach. You got all this, and you shouldn't be making them count against a boxer like Ibrahim Oloyede. But we have to give kudos to the small man who has definitely brought the fight to the bigger fighter. It almost reminds you of the story in the Bible, David and Goliath. But we don't know how the result will turn out. Will it turn out the same way it did in the Bible? The judges will let us know in just a matter of minutes. Of course, we'll be going straight to Ralph Chidozie George, RCG, the ring announcer, to give us the verdict from the three judges on this.
Thank you.